is one that to me feels kind of legendary, but I'm sure to most of you as well, which you will make clear when you start shouting and screaming and just being happy all about it. Straight from the future, from an alternate past. There's no way to know for sure except seeing them here alive. Robert, Patrick, and Micheal Biehn! Welcome! Oh, you want to view microphone here? It should work. This is the blue one.
Looking a little thin out there. Who promoted this show?
All the others are.
Where is that guy, Quentin?
Where is he?
Get over here, Quentin, and explain yourself. Well, it's nice to be here with all y'all. Y'all know Mr. Biehn, Micheal Biehn? He's gonna sit in a chair like that, and I'm just gonna sit here and go to sleep. I'm fucking tired, man. You tired?
Yeah, I'm all right. You know,
When did you fly in?
I don't know. 48 hours.
48 hours ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. How you people doing? Yeah.
See there.
So we're discussing Horatio Bosch.
Yeah. Or as they say here.
He was born here in Den Bosch. You guys know about Horatio?
Yes.
Hieronymus Bosch.
Yeah. Am I pronouncing it right?
Well, I don't know if they use.
I was having a conversation earlier with RDA. RDA.
Okay.
That's Richard Dean Anderson.
Oh, okay. I've never met Richard.
Yeah. It helps, Michael, if you put the microphone up on your...
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. We're conversing right now on mics.
It has already begun.
This is where I piss off Michael. This is where it happens. Kyle Reese and the T-1000 throw down right here on this stage. Yeah, he's a little bit older than me. He could probably kick my ass. That's not something I want to see. I don't want that to happen. You know, we've never worked together.
No, we haven't.
We've never done anything together.
No, I know. It's about time.
It is about time.
I agree. I agree.
You don't want to talk in, you don't want to talk into the microphone? Well, I'm talking to you. I'm on the microphone.
If it makes you feel better to use your microphone, use your microphone.
I'm gonna get up now. I'm tired of sitting. Michael?
Uh-oh.
It's been a long time coming, brother. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. It's either you or me.
Who the fuck are these two?
I don't know. Look at us. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Look at their hair.
Look at this guy. Definitely got eye makeup on, and look at that. Got like some eyeliner and shit. You look like you're fucking looking at something. You're kind of scared about something right there.
Some whiskers.
Yeah, I do look pretty young. How old were you when you shot Terminator 28? So I was 31 when I shot, well, that's the way it was back then in 1991. Yeah, when you were making, I was living in Cleveland, Ohio, waiting tables when you were making that movie.
I believe it.
I was.
I believe you.
I know. Because I told you that story before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the flight we took, right?
Yeah, I do. We had a great conversation.
Yeah, we had a good time.
I'm trying to recreate that for these people. No?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Well, anything you say, Robert.
No, I don't know. Do you want to ask us anything?
You're doing great so far.
Okay. See, he's happy.
Yeah, just use the microphone. No, but I could go into the audience and have them ask you questions if you're feeling up to it.
No, they can't hear you. Those people aren't even here for us. It's these people. These people right here. Like, so we can body surf on the. I love the microphone. I love the microphone. Are you kidding me? I love having the microphone. It's Mr. Microphone time for me. It's the only reason I do these fucking cons is to come here and talk into this microphone. I certainly don't come here to stand here and sign autographs all day. It's all about the microphone and the motherfucking stage. That's right. You hear me? Who's that guy? See, he's got a microphone. And he's upstaging as something royal right now. Who is that guy?
It's the wrestlers next door.
Well, Michael and I could wrestle right now. I mean, if that's what you guys want. I mean, if that's what you're into.
But they're here now, so.
So we could body surf on you guys, right? You guys would hold us up?
Somebody ask us a question because this is.
I'll get in between them with my microphone. Yeah, I'll do the little stunt thing.
Who's that guy?
You. Whee! Here we go.
Hello, gentlemen. What is your kind of experience about the 40th anniversary from past till present now, if you look back, the way Terminator?
Well, you know, all I can say recently, something that's somewhat new in my life when it comes to the Terminator was I saw a tweet or an X or whatever that came by recently that Elon Musk retweeted. And it was me talking to Linda Hamilton, but it was Kyle Reese talking to, what's her name?
Sarah Connor.
Talking to Sarah Connor. And I'm in the car with her, I'm telling her about what's gonna happen. And she says, that can't happen, that can't happen. And I say to her in the movie, Kyle Reese says, no, not for about 40 years. 1984, 2004. I don't know if Jim Cameron realized, but so anyway, I thought that was kind of a cool thing that got out there, and I'm actually, and have been for a long time. I saw Elon Musk talk about it on Joe Rogan's show about 5 years ago. The whole AI thing is kind of terrifies me. Because if you think about it, just a couple of years ago, you never saw any, you didn't really see that much about it. And now, you can't pick up a magazine, you can't pick up a newspaper, you can't have a strike, and it's not part of the negotiations, and it's everywhere. And I think it's coming at us a lot faster than any of us know. And I think it'll affect us in the next year, in the next 2 years, not 10 years from now. So anyway, that's...
They tried to warn us.
We tried to warn you. Jim tried to warn everybody. Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's very much an honor to stand here before you. I got a question. You played both in the most iconic sequels ever made, and both movies, Aliens and Terminator 2, they went on a complete different direction than the original. How was it to build out the franchise like that?
Well, I wasn't in Aliens. He's in Aliens. I'm in Terminator 2. I got the question. I saw how you did that. That was nice. I like that. I'm only here because he did such a good job with Terminator that they would want to do a sequel. And I'm very lucky that I got cast in that film. And it's been the penultimate thing I've ever done. So it's just been, you know, it's eclipsed everything else I've ever done. So that's how great a film it is. Yeah. And it holds up, and it's terrifying because it's real, and we're living in it right now. And he's right, it's 40 years later, and the machines have taken over, and artificial intelligence, and all that stuff is real, and it's kind of scary because it all came out of the imagination of our friend James Cameron. and it's pretty terrifying to think about.
You know, and Aliens didn't come out of nowhere, though. Aliens came from Alien, of course, and Ridley Scott made a really brilliant little movie, and it reminds me of the Terminator and T2 and Alien and Aliens. You know, the first one, I don't think the Terminator and Alien got as much recognition as Aliens and the Terminator. So it's hard for me to argue, oh, Aliens is so much, you know, whatever, than, you know, it's original. Because they're pretty much the same. Terminator and T2 and Alien and Aliens. So, I mean, but what I was saying was, you said like it kind of came from nowhere. No, it came from Ridley Scott. And what Jim did was he took a military, you know, position with it, and turned it into a military movie, turned it into an action movie, where before it was just a horror movie. But, you know, it was a horror movie in space, and it was pretty brilliant to start out with. Right, Robert?
I agree, I concur. I was in Cleveland, Ohio when I saw Aliens 2.
I almost wasn't in it, you know?
I still hadn't moved out to LA. But, yeah. I was a big fan of Michael's before I even knew I was ever going to meet him. And now here I'm on a stage with him in...
He's a little disappointed. finally got a chance to.
That's not true. Fucking A, man. I sing your praises all the time. And here I am in Den Bosch. And we've been going all over the world talking about, we've been doing these, we've been going around the world, we're all over the place. I mean, we do these all the time. And it's so nice to be appreciated by the fans and have you appreciate our work and what we've done, and it's really a neat experience to do this, come out here and meet all of y'all. So thanks for being here, because it would really suck if you weren't.
It'd be quiet, but here another question.
That guy's really loud over there, man.
Hi, Robert, a little birdie told me it's your first time in the Netherlands. Is that correct?
It's not true.
No.
It's incorrect.
Really?
I was in Amsterdam before, doing something for CBS when I had a CBS series.
Well, I'd still like to welcome you to the Netherlands.
I appreciate that.
With some stroopwafels. Do you know them?
Yes, I do. I have them at my table. My good friend gave me a bunch of them today, this morning. Oh, fantastic. Pass those suckers up here. That's some pure sugar. Michael will like that. Have you had those before?
You didn't have to do that. Yes.
Have you had these?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, shit. They're throwing stuff at us.
They're throwing food.
Hey, you know, we can throw these things back at great velocity. Michael, you were a baseball player.
I played baseball. My dad was a real baseball player. My father actually got a offer from the Chicago Cubs right out of high school. He was an All-American high school baseball player, lefty. Yeah, I played all sports, but I'm not really an athlete. As much as I look like an athlete in Terminator, I'm slow, I can't jump, and I'm not very strong.
None of us white guys can jump. Is that right, you know?
That's right.
Here on your left side.
I got a question for you guys. Ooh. Name one of the greatest presidents of the United States of America who came from the Netherlands.
From where?
He's Dutch. Roosevelt, that's right. Did I tell you that today? Teddy Roosevelt. He's first generation.
Oh, first generation.
First generation American, Dutch ancestry. His
Really?
family came from the Netherlands to New Amsterdam, which is New York. And he grew up to be one of our greatest presidents ever.
He sure did.
Teddy Roosevelt. It's pretty cool. I thought you'd like that. Okay.
The pride fills the bosoms of...
You know, I want to ask Micheal Biehn a question, if I may.
Oh, sure.
Okay. You know, there's a movie you did that's a really great movie. Tombstone.
Ooh. Woo!
And you played that character, Johnny Ringo, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, did y'all see Tombstone? Yeah. All right. I was supposed to be in that too.
Why? You tell me why you were supposed to be in it, or what happened to you, because you would have been great in that movie.
Well, I don't want to take away from anybody that's in it. I met with the director.
Okay.
That wrote it.
Did you meet for a certain part? Or can I... Yeah.
There was a part that they kind of... Yes.
Okay.
And I can't remember why, but it just didn't work out that I could do it.
Yeah.
And it sucked, because I forever have... That's one movie that got away that I wished I would have been in, because I've been working with you and the rest of the cast. It was so great. But the thing that I always admired about what you did in that film was, well, you're a very intense actor, period. You're very intense. And when you did the gunslinging was just remarkable. Did they tamper with the film to speed it up or anything, or was that all you?
No, that was all me. Actually, that was written in the script. It was written in the script. And when I met Kevin, I had a meeting with him also. Actually, I got a call on the movie from my agent, who was Ed LaMotta, who was a big agent at the time, Michelle Pfeiffer, Richard Gere, Denzel Washington, a lot of big people. And they sent me the script, and they said any role other than Wyatt Earp. You know, any role other than Wyatt Earp. And
That's a lot of roles.
No, I know, but I immediately said I want to play Doc Holliday, because actors know good roles when they see them. And then a day or two went by. Of course, Kurt was doing Wyatt, and a day or two went by, and it got back through my agent. Well, it looks like that might be going to Val Kilmer, any other role. And I said, yeah, Johnny Ringo. And one of the things about Johnny Ringo, which you'll appreciate, Robert, is that all of the other actors and characters in the movie talk about Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday, oh, Johnny Ringo, the fastest gun in the social, you remind me
You're a myth. Your character's a myth.
And you remind me of me. And there's at one point I'm out in the street and I'm drunk and I'm, and I'm challenging Wyatt Earp to a fight, which happened in real life. He challenged Wyatt Earp to a fight, which happened in history as far as I know. And Powers Booth was a great actor. I got a chance to work with very closely on that movie. Oh, God knows what's going to happen when Johnny Ringo gets a hold of this group, you know?
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the movie, Wyatt and Doc are talking, and they're saying, what makes a man like Johnny Ringo? Well, like born without a heart, and they're just talking about me. So that's all I really do in the movie is I kill a priest at the beginning of the movie, and I don't really do anything else. Yeah. That's after being set up that way. I really don't have to do that much. And also, and Robert knows this, just like every other actor knows this, one of the best scripts I've ever read, without a doubt. And that's why you have that cast. That's why you wanted to be on it, because you might have had another project and you couldn't do it because you had another project or something, but that was a great script. And so that's why you got Bill Paxton, and that's why you got Powers Booth, and that's why you got Stephen Lang, and that's why you've got just a number of Jason Priestley, and on and on and on in that movie. And that movie, a lot of problems with that movie. Director was fired. Kevin, the guy that you met, he was fired 4 weeks in.
Yeah.
And 4 weeks, not 4 days, 4 weeks. and they threw out all of his stuff. They cut a much longer script into a much shorter movie. So a lot of stuff got cut out of the movie. It was much more balanced between the cowboys and the Earps. The love story disappeared, all the girl stuff disappeared. So it was and when it came out, it was not that well received. It didn't get great reviews. Nobody got nominated. It wasn't like a big deal. It didn't make a lot of money, but it's aged really well. It's really well.
It's like it's considered Val Kilmer's performance in that is his most iconic, I think.
Val's a very good actor, and Val, and I'm sure that you know this too, when you're working with somebody very good, it brings out the best in you.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I'm competitive, and we had, I remember we did the read-through for Tombstone, and we got to the part where we do the Latin, and I had not learned the Latin yet, nor did I know what I was saying. Val did. Val knew the Latin, and I know he knew what he was saying. And at that moment, I said to myself, I better get my shit together here, because I'm gonna be playing, ball with this guy. And so anyway, it was a great script, wonderful script, great script. And but like I said, a very troubled production. Kurt's so much fun, so excited. Sam Elliott, so many great people involved.
Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang, I mentioned before. Wake up, man. You asked me a question, I'm trying to answer.
I know. I just repeated. Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church, of course, before he was won his Academy Award for Sideways. There are a lot of people in it, a lot of great people. So,
I admired your gunslinging.
Well, thank you. That was, by the way, getting back to that very quickly, I'll just say that there's a guy by the name of Thel Reed, who is one of the best armorers in the industry. And he was the one who taught me a little bit how to, twirl a gun. And he taught me you could take a gun and go sideways with it. And I thought that was really cool. It's actually his daughter who just got convicted in New Mexico. That's Thel Reed's daughter, who, on the Alec Baldwin movie.
No.
Yeah. She was the armorer on the Alec Baldwin movie, and she just got convicted of manslaughter, something like that.
18 months.
18 months?
She's going to be in jail.
Well, the fact that they're going after Alec Baldwin, I think is kind of a travesty. But the idea that there could be any live rounds on a movie set, I know Thel, and I love Thel, and I know that his heart's broke, and I know it's been a big thing for them. So I don't even know what to. I really don't know anything about it, but you're right. That just went down about 2 weeks ago. She got her sentenced.
Some are saying her trial is sort of a rehearsal for his trial.
I don't know, because Alec, here's the thing about guns and shooting, because between all the Cameron movies that I've done, and Navy SEALs, which wasn't any good, but still we were shooting guns a lot. And using, also Tombstone, we were we're always using full loads. There have been, now it's different. Now it's different. But from the time that I was a young actor up until the time that this happened, I'd point guns at people all the time, because, the director would ask me to.
Yeah.
They would ask you to set up, and they would want to put a camera here, The thing that I don't understand about Alec Baldwin's defense is that he claims that the gun went off by itself.
Yeah.
And that's like, guns don't go off by themselves, especially in a cult, which, you know, I don't think that. And I went online and tweeted. I don't tweet anything. I don't hardly ever do that. But when they charged Alec Baldwin, I went on a little bit of a rampage because I just thought it was like they were just trying to take Alec Baldwin down. I never met Alec Baldwin. I don't know him, but I thought it was very unfair that they would charge him. Hundreds and hundreds of times have I pointed a gun at people on a movie set before, and this close, just like this close, and I guess, you know. And I've always thought that the movie industry, the record on gun safety has always been pretty good. There was a guy named John Eric Hexum who shot himself in the head because he had a handgun. He put it to his head and he didn't know that there was a blank in the gun, and he shot himself, and the blank just put a little piece of his head into his brain and killed him. And then there was the son of Bruce Lee, right? Brandon Lee, okay? But other than those two situations, you have a 60-year career, or at least from the time that I started in the 70s, 50 years, where there were never. I saw a lot of accidents, and I've been on 2 films where people have been killed, and I've seen a lot of accidents where people are hurt very badly, but not by guns. You know, sets by themselves are very dangerous places to be, and stunts and all that sort of stuff. So, you know.
Well, your gunslinging in Tombstone was phenomenal.
Well, that was, and you can go online.
It's not easy.
What?
I did it for a movie. I did it for Gangster Squad, and I rolled the gun in and out. I just made it flashy going in and out. I didn't even try to take it to the level you had it.
Well,
and you know who else is really good at rolling guns and slinging guns is Josh Brolin. Well, he's real good at it.
Josh is real good at a lot of things.
Yeah,
I like Josh. Josh and I did a movie called Grindhouse together. And
with Robert Rodriguez.
Yes. Yeah,
I work with Robert Rodriguez.
Well, and you know, Robert's like James.
He's a great guy.
Brilliant man. And I did a movie called Grindhouse with Josh.
Yeah.
Josh and I used to hang out a lot. And
I saw that
before
movie.
he blew up.
Yeah.
It was before he blew up, and we had a great time. But I got a chance to sit, when I did Grindhouse, I got a chance to sit between Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez for 6 months.
Wow.
And they both are like just phenomenal filmmakers and phenomenal people, and they love movies, and they breathe movies, and it was just an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Just a fabulous, one of the best experience, probably maybe the best experience I've ever had, just as far as having fun and just, you know, going with the flow.
I love those Grindhouse movies.
Yeah, well, that, you know, we had it was very interesting. Why'd you come back up on stage? We were doing pretty good until you got up here.
Oh, really?
It's over. The interview's over.
Are we done?
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you both to do the...
Where have you been, buddy?
There, for Chris, I was going to ask you to do the Peacemaker dance, but there's no way that we're going to be able to...
I am no longer going to perform that dance unless you pay me a lot of money. So if you want to pass a hat and collect some dough, let me see what you get, and then maybe I'll do it. And as far as talking about the Peacemaker, it's not enough, kid. As far as talking about the Peacemaker, I've signed a non-disclosure agreement, which means I can't talk about Peacemaker.
Not about the first season?
First rule about Peacemaker, you don't talk about Peacemaker.
Well, at least you got to tell John Cena down. He's always in every meme online shouting, "Here's John Cena with the chairs." But this whole series, you had the upper hand.
Well, I played his father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
His father doesn't like him.
That was very clear.
His father doesn't like you. I'll do my. Did you ever see Peacemaker? Probably not. That's okay. I'm not putting you on the spot. My favorite line of dialogue from Peacemaker.
But
Ready?
I wanted you to tell them a quick story about John Cena that you told me about when you took your son to the wrestling deal. Wasn't it?
Oh, this is a great
Please
story.
tell this story.
That's a great story. Okay, that's fair enough. Good question. I mean, good segue, sir. I told this story. Michael and I had a great flight home from Dublin? No. Where the fuck were we? Well, we were flying together. And, New Orleans. It was New Orleans. It was New Orleans. We flew home from New Orleans. We were talking about a lot of things. And I told him a great story about John Cena, the wrestler, WWE wrestler John Cena. I had done a movie with John. His first movie was called The Marine. And we had a okay experience. But I let John know that my son was a big wrestling fan, and he would love to come see John wrestle. And John said, yeah. When they set me up where I was right first row on the ring of the SummerSlam, the big event, and I hadn't spoken to him, so I didn't, other than they knew we were going to be there. And John does this really cool thing where he comes into the ring and he kind of slides through the ring and he slid through the other side and he had on this ball cap and he took his cap off and he plopped it on my son's head and then went back on stage. Super cool. I was like, yeah, that guy's a motherfucking star. Look at that guy. That was one of the slickest things I've ever seen in my life. And my son's face when he turned and looked at me when that happened, he was just like,
When you told your son to go to bed that night, he just went, yeah, okay, Paul.
Yeah. I was a rock star. Yeah, that night at work. But he still has that hat, and I actually reminded John of that story when we started working on Peacemaker. So it was really fun when we did start on Peacemaker. I felt like we had a really good chemistry. John and I, we had a history, and it was really easy to fall into that patriarchal kind of relationship of father-son, and I think the show benefited from it greatly, yeah. Even though I hated his guts. In the show.
Peacemaker.
My favorite line to John Cena was, "You hit like a girl." And the other piece of dialogue I loved a lot was "Ching chong chickadee chopsticks." Yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Well, an amazing amount of movies that you've both made, and still.
Between the two of us, how many movies have you made? Can you remember? What do you think?
Well, I just call it content now because a movie, whether it's television, like, I don't know, 90, 120,
There's like 180 some odd titles I'm associated with,
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of fucking entertainment, people.
Yeah.
Let's hear it from Micheal Biehn. Let's hear it from me. Fuck that, that's not how that goes.
Micheal Biehn, Robert Country!
See you guys later.
Thank you. Great stories. Would you do a picture with the audience quickly? Would you do a picture with the audience quickly? A picture with the audience, just quickly. If you feel like it. Just a picture with them behind, and it was such a nice, and now it's ruined because they wanted more. And the crowd goes, yeah! And the crowd, I don't hear the crowd. Thank you very much. Robert